Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome in. I'm Matt Stryker, and I'm back with more Yankees Latest. All right, folks, we do have an addition to the Yankees, a new name, although the last name may be familiar to some older fans. Yankees add lefty Ryan Weathers to the rotation for depth. The Yankees give up position players, no arms. Those players are Brendan Jones, Dylan Lewis, Dylan Yasso, and Juan Mateus, all minor leaguers. Three of the four are pipeline prospects. Yasso's the one that I hate to see go. Comment down below your thoughts on this. I thought Yasso would have been a nice piece to go somewhere else. Evidently, the Marlins front office thought the same, so that lets me know my instincts are good. The last name familiar, Weathers, son of David Weathers. Some fans may remember that name from a World Series run in 1996. This Weathers will help to weather the storm that most people think will be the first 2.5 months of this season without Cole, Rodon, and Schlittler. They're all working their way back from various types of injuries. Rodon had elbow shaving, Schlittler and Cole had Tommy John. But Weathers is fitting into a pattern here for the Yankees. He's a guy that's under club control for the next 3 years. So that's an advantage straight away of this deal. Another advantage would be is that you get a 19-year-old that was drafted in the first round by the San Diego Padres in 2018 with the 7th pick overall. So it begs the question, for whom was this player chosen over others? What I'm trying to say is, what were the players that were left on the board that Weathers was chosen over? You ready? Grayson Rodriguez was selected after Weathers in that draft. Logan Gilbert was selected after Weathers. Nolan Gorman, Bryce Terang, Nico Horner, Matt McClain, Tristan Casas. There's 7 guys right now in the league, and Ryan Weathers was chosen over them. So this could be a steal for the Yankees, or it could just show that, where a guy is drafted really doesn't mean anything. But this remains to be seen, but it also starts to beg other questions now. So we mentioned how the Yankees kept a lot of their pitching. So does that still keep us in the running for some front-end rotation help? And when I say front-end, I mean guys that are, SP1, 2, I'll even take an SP3 depending on who it is. But enter Freddie Peralta here, because it seems that it's the Mets that are the favorites, as they can offer major league ready pitching. But if the Yanks put together a package with a top bat, let me know. Would you do Jones? Would you do Dominguez? And then throw in some arms? Would you do Cunningham? Would you do Rodriguez? Because this is what it's going to cost. And I think a deal can be had, but most analysts in the industry with level heads believe that the Mets have the pieces to get this done. Now, I am from a time where you'd prefer not to trade within your own league, but that isn't much of an issue these days, it seems. But if Peralta doesn't come to the Yankees, then yeah, man, let him stay in the National League. Yankees have also been linked to Mackenzie Gore. Does adding a left-handed pitcher in Weathers put the kibosh on that? I don't know, but I do know that markets are starting to close, and we're not hearing anything. So, what happens when and if, these guys stay with their teams? Then what? Because lately what we've been having here is a lot of no news. So what does this mean? Well, we live in a time where we're constantly needing that dopamine hit, that instant thrill. But sometimes peace and a Sabbath are nice and necessary. And I find the seemingly quiet or lackluster off-season to actually be quite refreshing. Because I know, and you know, there's still Framber Valdez, there's still Ranger Suarez, there's still guys like Luis Ariz and Zach Gallen and Lucas Giolito. There's a lot of fun things going on. I like watching things happen as opposed to trying to dictate the things that happen. That's just me. And also, you can look at moves a team makes, you can look at moves a team doesn't make, and you can also kind of survey the landscape for the Yankees season based off of where other players go. We've been talking about that quite a bit. And if you're into things like that, then you can head over to bettingpros.com. They have the 2026 win total projection comparison sheet out. What they do is they'll scour all the different websites and books, and they'll find you the best odds. So I looked, and the Yankee win total ranges anywhere between 91 and 93, depending on which site you like. The Jays top out at 91 wins on their best site. The Red Sox, 88. Orioles, 85 wins. Tampa, 79 wins. So according to this, the Yankees will be at the very least in a tie with Toronto for the division. I would love to hear your thoughts on these numbers, because for me, just based on Yankees and Blue Jays each had 94 wins respectively last year. The Blue Jays have added Dylan Cease, Cody Ponce. They have a healthy Anthony Santander. They have a full season of Atreus Savage. Who knows what they're going to do? There's 4 additions to this team. How can you possibly tell me that they lose 3 wins in the process? The Yankees bring back everything except Cody Bellinger so far, in the addition of Ryan Weathers, with Cole and Rodon joining at some point. Rodon will probably be more effective than Cole quicker. Is that a half a win or 3 wins? These numbers are crazy. And also you have to remember, in the betting market especially, there's this Yankee stigma. Same thing with the Dodger stigma, where sometimes just being the Yankees makes these numbers more attractive because these websites know people that aren't as informed or people that move on emotion and not logic will immediately go, oh, New York Yankees, I know that. Click. And it's just like they're giving their money away. All right, folks, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. And also, I just found this out. You got to check me on this. Did you guys know that you cannot like and subscribe at the same time? I didn't know that, but try it and let me know how it goes. And we'll talk about it next time right here on Yankees Latest.